Hi and welcome to Strengthen with Sarah. Today we're going to do a reformer workout and you're going to need equipment-wise a magic circle or ring, and you're going to need just one light dumbbell. I have 1.5 kilogram. You could do a little bit heavier than this if you wanted to, or obviously a little bit lighter as well. So just grabbing one light weight and your magic circle. And then, you're going to start with the magic circle, but just pop your dumbbell down to one side. We don't need that just yet. And in terms of springs here, go 2 full springs on. Now, I'm aware that everyone's machine is different. On this machine, that is 2 reds, but basically you just want 2 full springs on. And then come and lie down on your back with your head to the headrest and feet to the foot bar. Now we're going to start holding that ring with your hands. The palm of your hands are on each cushion, and we're going to start connecting with the Pilates breath. So can you take an inhale in through the nose, filling up with air until you feel those ribs expand the sides of the room, and then exhale, releasing that air out through the mouth. Feel those ribs draw back down and into your center. And again, big inhale in through the nose. Filling up with air, feel those ribs expand. And exhale out through the mouth. Feel those ribs draw back down and in. Incredible. Then can we take that ring just below the knees, so the cushions are on the inner thighs. Relax the hands down by your side. We're going to start here with the heels on the foot bar. We're going to inhale, prepare. As you exhale, straighten the legs, push away from the foot bar. Inhale, bend the legs to come in. Exhale, straighten. And inhale to come in. So feet can be just outside of hip distance here. So not super wide, not super narrow. There's just slight tension on the ring between your inner thighs. And it's a light spring choice here. So we're not looking for lots of weight, lots of resistance right now. Just flowing with the breath and adding in some movement here. Bending and straightening the legs. Then come all the way back in. We're going to take it to the toes on the foot bar instead. So the balls of the feet on the foot bar, all 10 toes grounding on that foot bar. Inhale. Exhale, push out. Straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the legs to come in. Again, just flowing with your breath. Starting to warm up through the legs, the ankles, the feet. Final 3. And 2. And last one. Straighten the legs and then come all the way back in. Okay, we're going to add on some inner thigh work here. So inhale. As you exhale, can you squeeze onto that ring? So change its shape. Then straighten the legs to go all the way back out. And then release that ring squeeze to bend the legs and come all the way in. So exhale, squeeze onto that ring and straighten your legs. And then release that ring squeeze to come all the way back in. Keep going just like that. Squeezing the ring to push out. Releasing that ring squeeze to come back in. Last few. Really starting to connect with the inner thighs. And one more here. Squeeze onto that ring. Straighten the legs. Release that ring squeeze to come all the way in. Okay, let's reverse it. So we release the ring squeeze to head out. Then squeeze onto that ring to bend the legs and come all the way in. Release that ring squeeze to go out. Squeeze onto that ring to draw all the way in. Again, you can have your legs a little bit narrower here if you want to. Or just stay just outside of hip distance. Gorgeous. Last one, you head out. Then you squeeze onto that ring to come all the way back in. Okay, we're going to come on to some hip rolls here. So I want you to think about your lower spine. Can you imprint your lower spine down the carriage? So think about the lower back melting down towards your carriage. Holding it here, the carriage is all the way in. All 10 toes are firmly pressed into that foot bar as you slowly roll the spine up. Again, keep that carriage in. If that's quite hard to do, then you could go to your heels and you could also add on some more springs and then slowly roll back down. So the carriage is in, the spine is imprinted as you roll your spine up. And then you pause at the top and you slowly roll back down. If you would like a breath pattern here, use that exhale to roll up, an inhale to pause, and an exhale to melt your spine down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, roll up. Coming into that glute bridge, hips high, inhale at the top, pause, and exhale to roll back down. Okay, we're going to add some inner thigh work again to this one. So keeping that carriage in, use the exhale this time to squeeze onto the ring. And then continue that exhale, continue that ring squeeze to roll your spine up. Inhale, release that ring squeeze at the top. And exhale, rolling back down. We go again. Exhale, squeeze onto that ring first. Continue that exhale to roll your spine up. Keep squeezing on that ring until you've gone all the way up to the top. Then inhale, release that ring squeeze and roll all the way back down. Amazing. Last two. Squeeze onto that ring. Roll your spine up. Keep that carriage all the way in. Think knees pulling forwards over your foot bar. Release that ring squeeze to roll back down. Final time. You're doing amazing. We squeeze onto that ring. We roll our spine up. Holding it here, release that ring squeeze to roll all the way smoothly back down. Okay, we're going to reverse it. So keeping that carriage in. I know it's hard to do. You can always pop on some more springs if needed. So release that ring squeeze to roll all the way up. Then squeeze onto that ring at the top. Keep squeezing onto that ring to roll back down. Open those knees, release that ring squeeze to roll up. Then squeeze on the ring at the top. Keep squeezing on it strongly to melt your spine back down. Incredible. Last three. Rolling up. Holding at the top, then squeeze onto the ring to roll back down. Inner thighs are really starting to feel it. Last two. Rolling up. Keeping that carriage in. Squeeze onto the ring and roll down. One more time, your best one yet. You release that ring squeeze as you roll your spine up. Once those glutes are as high as you can have them, then squeeze onto that ring really strongly and continue that ring squeeze to roll your spine back down. Okay, good. Keeping that carriage in, rolling up into that glute bridge and holding it here. Your last little finish here. We're going to inhale. Glutes are nice and high. As you exhale, you squeeze onto that ring and release one. And again, exhale, squeeze onto the ring and release, open those knees two. Last time, exhale, squeeze onto the ring and release and open three. Now keep the hips high. Push out from the foot bar a centimeter and back in one. And again, push out from the foot bar a centimeter or two and in. Amazing. So you're slightly straightening the legs, not too much. And then you're bending them back in. Hold it here. Again, we come back to those ring squeezes for three. And release. Last two. And release. One more time. Three. Knees open and you hold. Push away from that foot bar slightly. Keep the glutes lifted. And draw in one. And again, push out slightly. And back in two.
Incredible. Keep those glutes high. Draw back in 3. Hold it here. 1 more round. We squeeze onto that ring, change its shape, and open 1. And again, keeping those ribs down, glutes high, squeezing onto that ring. 1 more time. Squeeze onto that ring. Then open those legs and hold. And 1 more time here, we push away from the foot bar. And in 1. And again, out. And in 2. Amazing. 1 more time, out. And in 3, holding it here, lift up into that glute bridge really strongly, squeeze onto that ring 1 more time, and continue that ring squeeze as you slowly melt your spine all the way back down. Really good. Grab hold of that ring with your hands, and then just reach the ring up to the sky. Have the soles of the feet connected on that foot bar. Let your knees just open wide here. Taking a lovely big breath. Inhale in through the nose. Full exhale out through the mouth. 1 more time. Inhale in through the nose. And full exhale out through the mouth. Then bringing the toes back onto the foot bar. There's going to be a slight gap between them. Let the ring just come down to your chest. Push all the way out, straighten the legs and hold. Then we're just going to drop one heel down below the foot bar as you lift the other and swap. Dropping one heel, lifting the other and swap. So it's a nice stretch here for your calves. Just finding some movement again through those feet, but with a nice stretch. Then can we bend through the legs here, come all the way back in. Okay, good. Once that carriage is all the way in, take that ring, thread your feet through it. So the ring is now resting on the outer part of your ankles. So your feet have gone through the ring, and then the cushion's now resting on the outer part of your ankles. Legs are going to be in tabletop, so feet are lifted away from the foot bar. And then grab hold of your straps and reach your arms up to the sky. Now, long loops is a little bit less tension, and short loops is more tension. So choose what you would like here. And if this is too many springs, then you could always drop springs down to 1.5 springs instead of 2 full springs. So you choose. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, press those straps down the carriage and inhale back up. Exhale, press the straps down and inhale back up to the ceiling. So keeping those arms straight, just lifting and lowering them to the carriage and back up to that start position. Now we're going to add on to this. So the next time those straps go down to the carriage, can you hold it here? Then can you reach the legs long up to the ceiling? Keep pressing outwards into that ring. Then bend the legs and the arms lift back up. So arms down and hold. Legs reach the ceiling, straighten them as much as you can. Then legs bend back to tabletop and arms float up to the sky. Good, keep going just like that. Arms down, legs straight, legs bend, arms up. Now this is your second layer. Again, we're going to add on to this, but you can stay at any of the previous layers or come back to any of the previous layers at any point. But the next time those straps go down, can we curl up so the upper back, neck and head lift away from your carriage? Then again, straighten the legs up to the ceiling, bend the legs back to tabletop, arms up, head down. Exhale, curl, press the straps down and hold. Reach the legs up to the ceiling, bend them back to tabletop, arms up and head down. Keep going just like that. Layer 3. Building on this movement. Adding more challenge as we go. Fab. We've got 2 more layers here. So 2 more opportunities to add if you would like to. If that is not for you, then stay at any previous layer. But the next time the arms go up and your head goes down, hold it here. Can you reach your legs straight to the ceiling from here and hold? Inhale.
Again, exhale, straps go down, we curl up and we hold this position. Inhale, lower the legs down towards the foot bar, keeping them straight. Exhale, reaching them up to the ceiling straight. And then arms up, head down. Exhale, curl and hold. Inhale, lower the legs, pushing out into the ring. Exhale, reach them up to the ceiling. And then arms up, head down. Keep going. So this is layer 4 here, really getting into those lower abdominals. Working really hard. Curl. Lower the legs. Lift the legs. Arms up, head down. So you choose how low you want those legs to go. The lower they go, the more work for the abs. But if you start to feel it in your lower back, then simply don't lower them as low. Okay, final layer. We're going to curl up, we're going to hold it here. Reach those legs down to a high diagonal that you can hold, and then all I want to do is bend the arms and straighten the arms. Keep curling up, lifting the upper back away from the carriage. Last 3, bend and straighten. Last 2, bend and straighten. One more time, bend the arms, straighten them, bring the legs in, arms up, and head down. Really good. Take the straps back onto the hooks. Release that ring from your ankles. Let it just melt down to the chest. Grab hold of those shoulder blocks and allow the knees to just windscreen wiper side to side. So just letting them fall one way, returning them back through center, letting them fall to the other way. Okay, great. Now we should be a little bit warmer. So we're going to get started with some upper body work. So bringing yourself up. And then we're actually done with that ring. So just let it go out to the side. We're going to come and face sideways. My hair is literally everywhere. So in terms of your spring choices here, I would go down to a half spring. But if that is easier, then by all means you could go to a full spring as well. So you choose how it feels. We can obviously make it harder in other ways as well by changing where our hands are too. Okay, so I would go down to half spring and then come and kneel on your carriage facing towards one side. Now you're going to have your right hand quite close to the shoulder block. So if your right hand is closest to the shoulder block right now, then you're on the same side as me. If you're facing the other way, then your left hand is close to the shoulder block. And that's okay, you can stay there. But basically the hand that's closest to the shoulder block is going to stay there. And we're in a 4-point kneeling position. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Then take the hand that's closest to the foot bar and reach behind and grab the strap that's furthest away from you. So it's closer towards the knee rather than the hand. And then you can hold further down on it, so more on the rope, and that's going to make this more challenging, or hold on the loop, and that makes it easier. Once your hand is there, relax that left shoulder down towards the carriage, finding a nice twist through the spine. Inhale here. As you exhale, rise on up and pull that strap towards the foot bar. So straighten that arm, pull it towards the foot bar, and then bend the arm to lower that shoulder down to the carriage. Exhale, pull on the strap and send it wide to the side of the room. Inhale, bend the arm to lower that down. Again, the further down you hold on that strap, the more tension you're going to have here. If that is too much, then just hold onto the loop instead. Just finding a thread, a stretch, and then strength as you straighten that arm out wide to the side towards your foot bar. Last few here, then we're going to add on to this. So this is layer 1. You can stay here with layer 1, or the next time you take that arm out wide towards the foot bar, can you hold it here? Just bend the arm slightly and straighten it towards the foot bar. Bend the arm and straighten it. Keep your eye gaze looking forward, your spine nice and long, just bending and straightening that strap arm. If it is too much, don't fully straighten, that's fine. Again, you can hold closer down onto the loops, and that's going to make it a little bit easier too. If you want even more, then fully straighten the arm out to the side. Last one here, holding it here, the arm is straight for 3 and 2 and 1. And then relax it down, come back into that thread again. Relaxing the left shoulder down towards the carriage. Pressing through that right hand, see if you can twist any more up towards the ceiling. And then slowly coming all the way up. Pop that strap back down onto the peg. And then you're going to come and sit on your carriage, facing the same direction. And then you're going to reach and grab your dumbbell here. Now, the hand that's closest to the foot bar is going to hold the dumbbell. And then the hand that is closest towards the strap is going to hold the strap. Now, you can go long loop here. That's a little bit less tension. Or short loop here is more tension, okay? You can also be sat really close to the shoulder blocks. That is going to be easier. If you want a bit more, then sit further down your carriage towards the foot bar. So there's lots of options here, lots of ways to win. And then just kicking that magic circle out of the way. Once you're here, we're going to sit up really tall with the arms out wide. The feet are hovered just above the floor, okay? So feet are lifted. Finding that length through the spine. Inhale here. As you exhale, hug a tree. Fingers connect in the center, and then the arms go out wide. And again, bring everything to meet in the center, and then open out wide. Again, if you want a bit more, go into the short loop. That's going to offer some more tension. Keeping a soft bend in those elbows. Imagining you've got that tree trunk that you're hugging. So you're keeping that nice circle in between the hands as they join in the center. Good, last few. Amazing, we'll go 2 more here. Hug a tree and center. We're gonna add on to this. Hug a tree and then open wide and hold. Then bring the arms into the center, wrap both hands around that dumbbell as you twist towards the foot bar. Come back to the center. And again, exhale, twist. And inhale, center. Amazing. Keeping those shoulders lowered down from the ears if you can. Twisting to the foot bar and back to the side of the room. Last few here, then we're going to combine both of those movements. Good, last one, twist and open and hold. So the arms are going to open again. They come back to the center, they both hold on to that dumbbell, and you find that twist towards the foot bar. And again, arms open, arms come to the center, they twist to the foot bar, back to the center, and open. 2 more times. To the center. Twist, center, and open. 1 more time. Center, twist, center, and open. Relax the arms down for a second. Really good. Hold on to the long loop with that hand if it isn't there already. And then take the toes onto the floor, but the heels are lifted. And then we're going to take that dumbbell to the very front edge of the carriage. So it's just ahead of you, but the dumbbell is just down onto the carriage. So you're not lifting it, okay? There's no tension on that arm. Lengthen it tall through the spine and reach that strap arm ahead of you. We're going to inhale here. As you exhale, just begin to roll your spine back. So you tuck the pelvis under, you start to roll your spine back. Come into what's called a half roll back, and then restack your spine to sit up really tall. Inhale. Exhale, tucking the pelvis, rolling and melting your spine back to about halfway, and then rolling all the way back up. Amazing. Keep going. Thinking about lifting the chin off your chest. Keeping that chest really open as you roll your spine back and back up. One more time. Exhale, roll your spine back and hold it here. Keep those tippy toes on the floor. You might need to wiggle your bum slightly forward to be able to do that, and that's okay. Holding this position. Now, can we think about that dumbbell arm? Everything else stays still as we slowly begin to reach that dumbbell arm up to the sky. And slowly back down until it touches the carriage. And again, inhale, reach it up. And exhale to slowly lower it back down. Keeping that C curve in the spine so nothing else changes. Keep those toes just lightly grazing onto the floor. You're doing amazing. Final 2 here, maybe rolling back another centimeter, knowing there's just 2 more reps left. Good, one more time. Keeping that chin lifted off your chest. Reaching that dumbbell up. Slowly lower it back down. And roll all the way back up. Amazing. Pop that strap back on the hook. Take that dumbbell and just place it on the other side of your machine so it's ready, okay? And then take that right shin, or the leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks, take it against the shoulder blocks, and then take that left leg, or the other leg, just in front of you. So both legs are bent here in like a zigzag position, or what we call a mermaid position. Take your hand onto the foot bar, so the hand that's closest, and then we're going to find a nice side bend here, over towards the foot bar. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, think about lifting upwards first, and then side bending over to the foot bar. And come all the way up. Incredible. One more time. Exhale, side bend and hold this position. Then can you start to rotate round towards the floor or down towards the floor? Both hands are on the foot bar, and you melt your chest and your head down towards the springs. Use an inhale breath here to slowly rise on up. Think about lifting your chin, your chest, looking forward. And then exhale, push away from the foot bar to melt back down towards the floor. Inhale to rise, to open. Exhale to lower back down. One more time. Inhale to rise. Really shining our heart forward. And then you can release it here. Okay, great stuff. Now keep the feet where they are, but just think about lifting those knees to head over to the other side. So we're going to start here with that arm work on the other side. So I've just shimmied you round to this side so you can see. So again, same position here. Closer to the shoulder blocks, that's going to be easier. Further down to the foot bar is a little bit harder. And then grabbing hold of that strap with the hand that's closest. Long loop is easier and short loop is harder. So choose which one works for you. Grabbing hold of the dumbbell with the hand that's closest to the foot bar. And we're going to start here. Arms are nice and open. In fact, I went short loop here, so let's go short loop again. So arms are nice and open, spine is nice and long. We inhale. As we exhale, bring those hands into the center, the fingertips touch, and then you open the arms back out wide. Exhale, bring everything in the center, and inhale to open back up. Trying to see if you can keep your spine really long, sitting really tall the whole time. Those feet are just hovered off the floor. So your carriage is smoothly moving forward and back. Good. Now again, we're going to add on to this. So this is your first layer. You can stay here or come back to this layer at any point. Or we're going to come into a twist. So the next time those hands come in, wrap those fingers around the dumbbell, find that twist towards the foot bar, and come back to the center. Keeping those hands on the dumbbell, just find that twist and center here. Keeping the shoulders relaxed down from the ears. Now, if you remember from before, we're going to add on in layer 3, combining both of those first 2 movements. So one more time, find that twist of the foot bar. Then come back to the center. We open the arms out wide again. Good. Bring those arms in. Hug that tree. Connect those hands around the dumbbell. Find that twist. Come back to the center and release the arms out wide. So the arms come into the center. They twist to the foot bar. They come back to the center and they open out wide. Amazing. 2 more times. Twist, center, and open. One more time here. Hands come into the center. They twist back to the center and they open. And then relax the arms back down. Really good. Okay, let's come on to that core work. So grabbing hold of the long loop, if you weren't already, and then reaching the long loop forward, but allowing that dumbbell to melt down to the carriage. So dumbbell arm is down, strap arm is reaching forward. And again, wiggle your bum slightly forward, just so your toes are on the floor. And then find length through the spine here, sit tall as we inhale. And then as you exhale out through the mouth, slowly begin to tuck the pelvis under to round your spine back. And then rise back up. Exhale, rolling your spine back about halfway, keeping the chin lifted off your chest and rolling back up. If it's too much having that strap arm straight, you can bend it slightly here. That's totally fine. Last one, come back and hold this position. And then all we're going to do is inhale, reach that dumbbell up to the sky. And exhale, tap it back down to the carriage. And again, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, tap it back down to the carriage. And again, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, tap it down. Good. Final time. We're going to reach that dumbbell up to the ceiling and then carefully lowering it back down. Once it's all the way down, rolling your spine all the way back up. Really good. Take that strap back on the hook for me. And that dumbbell can come down to the floor. And again, we're going to come on to that side facing work. So dumbbell down to the floor. We are happily done with that now. And then in terms of springs here, we're going to stay on the same springs unless you added on the last one when we did that thread. So it might be that you go to a full spring here. If not, stay on that half spring. And then come and kneel again facing the same direction. So carefully bringing yourself onto the carriage. Again, you're on a light spring, so the carriage is going to move. So carefully bringing yourself back into that 4-point kneeling position. So you're on your hands and your knees. The hand that's closest to the foot bar grabs hold and reaches the rope on the strap behind you. So the strap that's closest towards your knees. And again, the further down the strap, the more challenging this is. You can always hold on the loops instead. And then relax that right shoulder down towards the carriage as you find a nice twist here through the spine. Can we inhale? As you exhale, pull on that strap and reach it out to the side of the room. And then inhale, bend the arm to lower the shoulder back down. Exhale, straighten the arm, reach it out toward your foot bar. And then bend the arm and lower the shoulder back down. Good. Keep going in this position. This is layer 1. Again, we're going to add to this and build on this movement if you would like to. Amazing. If it's too much to straighten the arm, then just take it to whatever position feels good for you. Last one. Can you straighten and hold it here? Really reach that arm towards the foot bar. Keep looking forward with your eye gaze slightly. If you can, then just bend the arm slightly and straighten it out to the side. Bend and straighten. Keep going. Keep looking forward. Bending and straightening that strap arm to the side. Last 2. And last one. Can you straighten that arm and hold it here for 3 and 2 and 1. Bend the arm. Come back into that nice stretch here. Threading that needle. Pressing through that left hand to twist more towards the ceiling. To look up to the sky. And then slowly coming all the way up. Pop that strap on the hook for me. Carefully stepping off of your machine. We're going to end on a little bit of a stretch with some strength work. So in terms of springs here, you can have either 1.5 springs on. So on this machine, that would be a red and a blue. Or you can go for 2 full springs if you would like to as well. So on this machine, that would be 2 red springs. Hands are on the foot bar, and you're going to carefully step onto your carriage facing towards your foot bar. We're going to start with your left leg over towards the left-hand side of your carriage. And it's going to be back reasonably close towards the shoulder block, but there's still a little bit of a gap between your heel and the shoulder block. Your right leg is going to wrap around that left heel, that left ankle. And then we're going to just melt our chest back towards our legs. Again, my hair, I should have put up because it's getting everywhere, but that's okay. So wrapping that right leg around the left. Think about really allowing the weight of our body to go back into that left heel. Straighten through that left leg as much as you can. As you inhale, slide the carriage back a few centimeters. And as you exhale, pull the carriage back in. Inhale, push the carriage away. And exhale to pull it back in. Now really think about your spine staying rounded here. Look towards your legs. Amazing. Again, we're taking our time with this movement. Feeling that stretch down our left-hand leg. Keeping that left leg straight. Keeping our spine rounded. We have last 2. And last 1. Push out. And in and hold. The carriage is all the way in. Option if you would like it. Reach that right leg behind you towards the back of your machine and look forward. Think spine nice and long here. Now you can always shimmy your right hand over towards the left. If you find that your hands are too wide, then just bring them a little bit closer together. Reaching the left toes back. Think about really pointing through that foot. Same movement here. Inhale to push the carriage back. Keep that left leg straight. And exhale to pull it back in. Inhale, push out. And exhale to pull it in. Keep reaching that right leg, that lifted leg, back behind you. Keep looking forward if you can, with your eye gaze just slightly ahead of you. Feeling a nice stretch through our left leg. So we're stretching and we're strengthening together. Last 3. Good, and 2. And 1, push the carriage back, draw it in and hold it here. Keep reaching that right leg behind you. The carriage is all the way in and we hold. Really open your chest and look forward. Just begin to pulse that right leg up and down, up and down. Keeping that left leg straight. If that's too much, you can bend it slightly. Pulsing that right leg up and down, up and down. Think about your whole body being active. So your eye gaze is forward, your chest is nice and open. We're here for 10. And 9, 8, 7, good, 6. Can you straighten that front leg a little bit more? For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully melt the right foot to the carriage as well. So the legs are side by side and just pedal out through the feet. One heel lifts as the other lowers. And then let's come straight onto the other side. So just walk your right foot over towards the right edge of your carriage. Bring both hands over towards the right-hand side of your foot bar. And then from here, you're going to wrap your left foot around your right ankle. Can you focus on straightening that right leg and melting your chest back? Rounding your spine, look towards your knees. Inhale, push the carriage back. As you exhale, allow the carriage to slide back in. Inhale to push back. Exhale, carriage slides in. Amazing. Keep going just like this. This is layer 1. You can stay here with this layer, or we are going to add on layer 2. In 3. In 2. In 1. Layer 2. It's exactly the same movement, but this time that left leg reaches behind us towards the end of your machine, toe is pointed, and you look forward with your eye gaze and your chest nice and open. Can you keep that carriage leg straight as you inhale, push the carriage back, and exhale to pull the carriage forward. Inhale, push it back. Exhale, pull forward. Keep going. Reaching that hovered leg back behind you. Again, if it's too much at any point, you can keep a soft bend in that front leg. You can also lower down your springs to 1.5 springs if you're on 2 full springs. Good. Last 2. And last 1. Inhale back. Exhale, pull forward and hold it here. Really shining your chest forward. The carriage is pulled all the way in. Think about lengthening through both legs here. And then just begin to pulse that back leg up and down, up and down. Good. We have 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you shine your chest a little bit more open? 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Straighten both legs. And then lower the left leg down so the feet are side by side in the carriage. Take the hands wide on the foot bar. Just find a nice release as you hang heavy over your legs. Reconnecting back with the breath to really just enjoy a nice release here, to lower the heart rate down. Then let's inhale here in through the nose. As you exhale this time, slowly let the arms drop down by your sides and slowly lift to stand. Your head is the last thing to lift. And then just carefully grabbing hold of the foot bar again to bring yourself back down onto your knees. Let's take those knees nice and wide. Let your bum melt back towards your heels. Take it down to just 1 spring for me here. As you push away from the foot bar, melt your chest down. Let your head go really heavy. Down towards the springs. Inhale, in through the nose, and exhale, breathing out through the mouth as you slowly come all the way back in. And that was a Reformer full body workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this a like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye.